Good evening, everybody. Hopefully you can see and hear me, because I don't know what's going on with the connection here. I think we may be a little bit on. I think my download is quite slow. I think my upload is just as normal. But if you can let me know. Well, I was going to say don't let me know if there's any issues. Thank you, Peter. And thank you, Kath. No, watch the replay, Kathleen. That's all I can say is watch the replay. Oh, but then again, maybe there was no art, put it that way. But watch the replay. I think it is worth the watch of 2 hours. I mean, you can watch it on sped up, like time and a half. It was a good laugh. We did have some fun, didn't we all? I had a lot of fun anyway. And I think those that were watching had a bit of a laugh at my expense as well. So that's always a bit of a laugh. It's all working. That's great, because I did do a speed test, and I had 9 meg down and 20 meg up, which is not ideal. But I do need to get back to my ISP and harangue them for the amount of money I'm paying them for such a crap connection. Well, it's not that crap, but it's not the best. It could be a lot better for cheaper. Yes, Peter, I obviously I acknowledge everybody's generosity last week. I'm just blown away by what we achieved last week, so thank you very, very much for that. Certain people in there contributed quite an amount, and I do appreciate that. So I was actually thinking, I don't know if there's a way of quickly turning them off, but if we don't have the tip game this week, because I think I've had enough money out of you for the last 7 days. Plus, it gives you, if the top tip game's not on, then it doesn't. Thank you very much, Peter. You might forget what the words are, and it'll catch you out in a few weeks' time. That's the idea, anyway. Maybe potentially. You can say red if you want. I mean, it'll probably still come up, but just don't give me any money. There you are. Simple answer. So anyways, Kathleen, if you do watch it back, then that thing that's hanging up on the back of the door, that has some meaning. And also, this picture just to my left shoulder here, obviously that has some meaning as well after the stream last week. So worth a watch, like I say, worth a watch. It's good. It's dropping in little Easter eggs of little themes, so we can all have a laugh. I think that's basically what it's down to. You'll be watching for sure. To be honest, Kathleen, if you want to see me wearing a costume incorporating that cape with a golden S on the back of it, you probably skip to about 1 hour 30. You're always lurking, Peter. You're always lurking. Yes. Peter is always watching now. Well, I haven't had time to go and put you in a frame yet, Peter. That's the only thing. It's been a busy week, and it doesn't seem to. I don't know when I'm going to have time to have life. At the minute, it's just all craziness, and I think I'm getting to the point of annoying people because I'm just so far behind on replying and stuff. The amount of emails I've got to reply to is just getting ridiculous. You've been framed before. I think you got framed quite a bit last week, Peter. All good fun. Anyways, good evening, good morning, Kangamoo. Good afternoon, Kathleen. Good afternoon, Peter. Good evening, Sergio. And anybody else? That'll do for tonight. That'll do. Nice quiet one tonight. But yes, we are back to normal. We are, because I haven't made any images from down at Bamborough for weeks and months on stream, and it's the only place I've been since like February. Then tonight we'll be editing some images from Bamborough, and not just because I've just run 2 workshopy days down there in the last couple of weeks. So it's the only images I have, funnily enough. So yes, that is tonight's intention. As I was teaching this morning, my voice might give out on me, so just be warned. It was getting rather croaky this afternoon, so hopefully it holds out for the stream, but we'll see. And also, Patreon people, those of you supporters on Patreon, I know I am a little bit late on delivering this month, but I only realised it was the 2nd of May today. And also I have nothing really to post, so I've got one wallpaper prepared, one image prepared for a wallpaper, and then tonight, fingers crossed it ends up being good, tonight's image will become a wallpaper, because I have nothing else. I need some trips out to go and make some new images. So if you want to join, if you're not already, if you want to join the Patreon, now is an ideal time to do it. You can get in on all the good stuff. All the wallpapers will be delivered later, probably not too long after stream. It depends what time stream finishes, but not too long after stream. That should all be through. And of course, I keep forgetting I've got to do it onto YouTube members as well, and me VIP list as well. So this posting to Patreon is it's lovely, but I've got to now realise I've got to do it 3 times. 3 times. So somebody should have thought this through first before I widened the scope of it all. Right, so what do we do again? I've completely forgotten what we do on this stream for normal stuff. So today was May, wasn't it? Do I do today's images, or do I do last week's? It wasn't March, it was April. Did I only pick up the camera once in April? Oh my word. I'm just looking at my catalogue. It's rather sparse. But I did notice today Lightroom has added in some adaptive presets tailored for skies and stuff like that. So I had a little brief play with that today. It may well be, Peter. It may well be. Yes, make the most of it, Peter. Make the most of the freebies tonight. Because next week I think we'll be trebling the amount of words. And lovely tea in this mug, none of that vile coffee stuff. I thought I would be more traumatised, as in not being able to pick up that mug again, but it seemed to be all right. Right, so a bit of camera tuition. We know where we're at. So on screen. Oh, I forgot I flipped that. I should really flip that over, shouldn't I? Transform. Not center. Flip horizontal. There we go. And then it makes me look like I'm looking at the screen. Yes. Yes, last week was a little bit disturbing when I kept on forgetting that there was coffee in it. Right, so these are the... To be honest, I did have a quick look through these earlier, but I have a vague recollection that I made these images on a 1-to-1 2 weeks ago, and I have a vague recollection that they were rubbish. So we might just have a look at the stuff that I shot today. Let's have a quick scan through these, though, just to see if there's anything worth looking at. I have a feeling there isn't, because it was a poor day. I even did some normal, simple stuff. Not often I do normal, simple stuff. I'm saying normal, like bog standard ICM stuff. Not normal photography, obviously. One day I might process something like this. One day. We're not that desperate yet, though. Yeah, so I've never actually been, apart from on my laptop when I was teaching them, I haven't been through these images since on a proper screen. I was going to say under proper viewing conditions, but 2 massive lights streaming at you is not proper viewing conditions. Yeah, I do that with my tea. That one's quite interesting there. I will mark some of these as we go through, just for the hell of it, really. Good evening, Andrew. How are you, sir? I hope you're well. Lovely to have you. Right. So, well, I've got a scratch on my screen right where my cursor is there now, and I'm forever trying to clone it out. See, these ones are quite. I used for the thumbnail. I quite like these because the sun came out for a little bit. But when I looked at them in detail, I didn't like them that much. It was like 2 frames actually worked, and there'll be a lot of work to get them right. So not gonna. Like I say, I was just having a quick look through these to see what they're like. I'm kind of thinking and hoping to the images I made today, caught today, are better and more useful than these, because it was tough going this day. There was a bit too much light in the sky. So some of these are getting to the point of being okay. Like that one. That one. You know, some of these you can start layering together and just deepen the impact of them. Actually, I think the edit I did for them, I think was using these ones. So I still know what's useful a couple of weeks later. And these were terrible. Absolute bilge. Yeah, went around the other side of the castle hoping for some better light, and the light promptly disappeared on us. Typical. Yep, a load of rubbish that was. Right, today's image, let's hope they're not as rubbish, because I need to make an image. The healing brush on your monitor, Andrew. I must admit, look at my monitor here. There's a patch on my monitor here, which is obviously where I've sneezed. I know you don't want to know that, but you know. Right, so these images. So some of these looked good on the back of camera. Right, so I quite like that one. We could probably make something of this big light curve here. Hang on, are you flipping tables? I get you. I was wondering what the hell you were on about. Right, so, and obviously these could be combined with these two. Fair enough. That's all right. I know you added that one a while back. All right, so look, more simple stuff. Right, okay. Some of these were just demonstrating movement techniques, so there's nothing really to them. See that one, just a little wisp, a little hint of a castle there. Ancient Egypt. Nah. Got some pyramid shots from Scotland though. It wasn't an actual pyramid though. I think I showed you that though, didn't I? A few weeks ago. Some thick fog. It's not. It's just light. Right, these images aren't as good as what I was thinking. Oh my god. What am I going to do tonight? God, I moved. Did it get better after I moved? I can't remember. I don't know. I think so. Some of these were okay. Maybe, maybe not. It's looking like maybe not. We might have to go further afield than just today. Oh God. I haven't seen anything I like yet. Even the ones that I liked on the back of the camera, I don't like now. I think that one was one I kind of looked and latched onto. So let's pick that one and that one. Just purely for these smudgy bits. That's all. What are you lot plotting in chat there? Right, these ones maybe there's a slight bit of hope here appearing finally. Then it might all just disappear in a moment. Right, okay, we'll go with that one. You can tell I've been rushed today and I haven't planned anything. Because these are being rubbish. See, this afternoon, rather this morning when we were out, these two, not least this one and this one, I thought would work nicely together. But there's just too much detail. The camera lies. The back of the screen lies. And then after that, I knew on the back of the camera these looked terrible. So people, don't be discouraged when you're doing ICM photography, because even some of us that are vastly experienced in it are still rubbish. We still struggle. We have no idea. It is all luck and turd polishing. Right, okay, I did mark a few of these, so let's see what we did mark. Rated. We didn't mark many. We marked very few. So let us do, I think maybe it's these ones. I think that's what's going to have to be. I think these ones are just a bit... Because this one's probably just a two-shotter. Putting them, maybe three. Putting them together. So I think we're probably looking at this one. Maybe miss out that one. That one for a bit of structure. That one for a little bit more shape. Maybe not that one. Go with that one. So let's just process all these 6, stick them into Photoshop and see what happens. Right, so we need to sort these out. So develop module. If everybody's enjoying watching me struggle, please do leave the stream a like, because it is a bit of a struggle tonight. Right, so we want lens corrections. So that, detail. Well, I'm just going to do manual noise reduction. I'm not going to go down the whole AI noise reduction tonight, because we haven't got all day. Basic. So what I could do, I wonder if it would pick out sky on this. Would it detect? Photoshop will detect sky. Ooh, very fancy. Wasn't expecting that. These new adaptive doodads. So, I think for selecting subjects, I don't think it's up to much. I think it's kind of struggling. It doesn't know what it's looking at. So, good evening, Simon. How are you, sir? Been making you are like a domestic god, Simon. Apple crumble. Do remember, people? I don't know when it'll be, but I do owe you all a cooking stream. Remember, after we got there last week, and a, what's it call it as well, and a painting stream as well. Yeah, you can methodize the left and right and the up and down, but mine are a little bit haphazard. But after 10 years, you would have thought I'd have a reasonable hit rate. I don't know that. Right, anyways, user presets. I haven't got much on there. So I could, yeah. Let's just use one of my. What's that button? There we are. My own. They've kind of reset my presets. It's very naughty of them. So let's go with that one, but let's dial it. So like your normal presets have got a slider button as well. Ooh, I didn't know that. Right, let's dial that back to about there. Okay. Obviously we want just a little bit of that. It's not doing a lot, just adding a little bit of colour. It's just a custom white balance. Change that colour. There you go, it gives it a little bit extra. A little bit extra. Now we've got a load of dust spots, so we need to get shot of some of these. Is it me, or is Lightroom a little bit better at dust spotting now? Speed-wise? Because this used to, unless it's the new graphics card, I don't know. But this used to, like, you'd stop for like a minute in between each one. Could it be a little bit faster? Right, so that's them done. So we got to that point. We've brightened it. We've given it a warmer tone. I think we can just paste all of this onto everything and see what happens. And then we can just bring that. Probably, let's have a quick flick through these 6. Yeah, so anybody that's got any cooking skill, I'm jealous of. Because I have little. Right, yeah, I'm just, to be honest, I'm just going to load them all into Photoshop and see what happens. Right, we'll give ourselves some resources back. Let Photoshop do its thing for the next 10 minutes whilst it loads them in. But yeah, I have no idea what I might actually cook on stream. I was thinking maybe it's a cake. That's nice and easy. Something that will not take that long as well. I don't want the crop tool. But yeah, if anybody's got any ideas, do let me know. No idea when I'll do it though. Maybe one of them ones I need to do later. And probably it wouldn't be on my normal YouTube channel. I think it might have to be somewhere else as well. But yeah, it might be later in the evening instead of, like, you know, instead of it being like now. We'd maybe wait till like 10 o'clock or something and do it then. So it'd be later in the day for you Americans, and it'd be like bedtime for the Brits. So might be a few late nights. But I got an email from a camera club in Toronto about doing a talk for them at 7:30 at night. I'm like working out how many hours is that, and I'm like, that's about 2:30. Like, that's late. So need to get back to them. Another one of my emails that I haven't got back to yet. So many of them. I'm very much behind on my email replying. So apologies to anybody that's watching that's expecting a reply. There may be a few of you. I'm just behind. I'm so behind on everything. Right. Photoshop's swallowing all my resources to killing the frame rate. What's going on? Is it because I'm loading 6 in instead of 5? Could be. Am I dropping quite a few frames here today? Bear with us, we'll soon be through it. I think it is getting to the point where I need a new computer. Well, not a new computer, I need a new CPU. But we are not at that point yet. Right, so if I need to turn you back on now that we've loaded in. So we now have that layer, that layer, that layer, that layer, that layer, and that layer. Yep. And I'll see what it all combines to be like. So obviously just as usual, just play with the blend modes. I did the dust spotting. Look at all them dust spots on the left. Where have they ever appeared from? Good God, what did I shoot these at? It is still half my office and a bedroom for my mother, because she can't do this. She can't get upstairs anymore with her dodgy arm. So that was the whole point of me exiting that room, is so she could stop sleeping in the living room and move her bed into a room that wasn't the living room. So, good, but going way back, it was the dining room when it was me granny's house. I think I had it for a bedroom for a while as well, back in the day. She's doing all right, really, Simon. She's it's still affecting her badly. And I think it always will from now. But I'm trying to persuade her. She's got an appointment next week to see, like, a checkup thing. So I think we're going to try to force her to have a bloody operation to get it pinned or something. Good evening, Peter. Good to see you. Thank you for the emojis. Hope you're well. Right, so multiply. I'm just going to knock some of these back. Just try the various combinations. But yeah, I think she is kind of to the point of needing to do something with it, because it's just not. It's not good. It's not good, right? Talking about not good, these bloody images. So if I move this bottom one up to about there, kind of about there, roughly. Doesn't need to be bang on, obviously. That one there, okay. That one there. So let's move this one about just to see where and whereabouts it ends up. Probably about there. And then this one, I really like that dark spot there. And this night kind of it doesn't need to be there, because I'm kind of tempted of just making this spot just there, and just doesn't really matter what else it's doing in the frame. Because we could really just only use part of this. Oops. Might have to, potentially break out the blend if. Like, Peter might get excited there, like, but Oh, interesting, Simon. Interesting. Again, I think processing might be your friend to enhance the blues, because that's the problem with bluebells. Even normally, the green takes over, so you've got to be quite particular about your processing. Exactly, Andrew. Oh, by the way, Andrew, tip game's off today. It's suspended for the week because you were all so bloody generous last week. So you can say what you wanted. Well, providing it's within terms of service, you can say what you want in chat this week. But yeah, I found out years ago, just doing it normally, is that the green just takes over, and you've got to really do some extraordinary things to keep the blues. God damn it! All right. So anyway, what we were doing. So okay, that's not having any effect. Okay, quite bloody thing. So let's go soft light. So that's just a nice little bit area there, just something. Well, some of you just go a little bit mad because the rule started off as £1. When people would chip in with like a £5 or £3, I'm like, one is enough, thank you. But last week was great. It was a lot of fun. Thank you all for your generosity. Right, do I need to just have this one but just ease off on the strength of it? I think potentially, yes. I'll swap in for this one. No, because that's a different line. So have that one but ease off. And what's this one do? Starting to get into like a double thing. Don't really want that. Not the Flying Scotsman, it's that bloody castle. It's just near me. What we haven't been to for a while. I've been trying to refrain from making too many images down there. We could just put this random streak in somewhere, couldn't we? Would it be good up there or not? Excuse me. Oh. Pardon me. I think I hadn't had enough sleep recently. Right, okay, let's not do that. Let's keep it light. Right, which one was I going to... I was going to reduce the strength of this one, wasn't I? Yes. So what we want to do is drop the opacity, I think, or just be selective. Drop the opacity to 80. We'll go with that, and I'll do a wipe from the left. So we need a mask there. We need a gradient fill here. Let's go there. And I've done it the wrong way around, as predictable. I am bloody useless. Now that kind of lightens that up, and we'll do a bit from there, and that should lighten the sky up a bit. Yay! And let's do a bit from there. I'll lighten the foreground a bit. Yeah. Do we dare go that way? And that lightens that side. I don't know. I was maybe one step too far. And obviously we've got this big fat line. We need to get rid of that. So that's this layer, as you can see, with the positioning. There's loads of them, Sergio. There's loads of them. That's what hundreds of years of fighting the Scots will do. We'll leave you with castles everywhere. There we go. I do that. No. Let's just leave that like that. That's better. Gives us a bit more space to play with. We've got minimal action going on in here. Nice bit of colour over here. We do. If you look at it, I've still got that. You can kind of see it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter too much anyway. Peter, if you could potentially break the system, you know. Definitely, Simon, definitely. But yeah, very lucky to have lived in such a stunning area with all this stuff. But then again, if I'd lived somewhere else, maybe I wouldn't have ended up doing ICM, but I would be photographing different subjects. But maybe in a different way, obviously, and different colour schemes. But you know what I mean. Yes, your surroundings do drive you. Right, can I bring anything else into here or not? That's just a bit twee, but bring that in. Excuse me, I'm wondering a little bit about this layer. Do I line that up like that? So potentially I could, because I'm liking this area here. So I could double this layer up. So if I have that layer in this position, and then copy that layer. Obviously it strengthens it, which is not ideal, but we'll sort that out in a minute. And bring that up here. Now we can dial this layer back a bit. We can even change the blend modes to something. I mean, even that. Whoops. That one's now quite nice, in a very, very simple way. Okay. Let's just forget about it, Andy. Soft light, wasn't it? With it. It just added a little bit more something. Ow. Feels like I need to pop that knuckle. Right, so we are about here. I think it probably will end up being red, Andrew. I think this natural warm tone, once it's been in Analog FX Pro, I think it probably will end up being a reddish tone of image. Right, so let's crop this down. No, clear. Let's go manually do this. Snap to there, hopefully you will snap to here or near enough. And snap to there. Are we all inside? I think we are. Good evening, Stephen. Patience with this. It's all part of the creative fun, is not knowing what the bloody hell's going on with it. Where it is going. I mean, this is just the bloody start of it as well. This is just step 2, really. Creating it, getting it to this point. I mean, to be honest, at times I could be quite happy with just walking away with this. No worries, Stephen. I was a minute or so late as well. Technical issues. Right, before we get too deep in, I'm going to delete these 2 layers because we don't need them. And I don't want to be loading this because it's already 1.72 gigabytes. So I need a curves adjustment layer because I need to brighten this, I think. Just a touch. Don't need any contrast, I don't think. Do I need that? Yes, did need to be lightened just a little bit. Thank you, Peter. We're about to break it. Right, colour-wise, red. No, let's do it too. He's a bit too early in the process for pure red. Yeah, let's just forget about that. Right, so from here we'll go to Analog FX Pro. I don't know if I did it on the last stream, but I have upgraded to the Nick Collection version 5. Finally. I did it. Was it a couple of weeks ago? Because obviously we didn't make anything last week. And I don't think I'd done it the week before. So yes, I have upgraded to version 5, which is now has the Analog Effects Pro version 3. And thankfully my presets still work in them. Great relief, I can still sell them. So I can still make pennies. So that is a big relief. Everybody, if anybody's here that doesn't own my presets, they are available. From probably a link in the description below. And elsewhere. Jen might even type in exclamation mark presets and then a link will appear in chat. Need a drink. Yeah, chat's a bit slow. Only joking. Right, so let's look at some various presets to see what we have. All you have to do is you can probably just presets. It'll come up. Oh, you made it come out with presets, didn't you? Just I'm sure exclamation presets works. I don't know. It may do, it may not. Push phone. He's sending me emails. Oh. Somebody's buying presets. Thank you very much. You have just bought presets. Right. So, what creative masterpiece are we going to make from this image? As he scrolls through all these endless presets. I've seen a couple that aren't like massive departures from the original image, so we'll see. I was going to say, I'm sure if it's... Is it that one? Does it do anything? I don't know. No, it just says this. You might need to redo that one, Jen. Oh well. There isn't. I thought there was. I thought there was. Oh well. Right. Anyways, back to image making instead of stream control. It's just that's just like a default preset, isn't it, Peter? Just some, to be honest, some nice or potentially nice little images appearing in these presets to the left. So it's just a case of picking one to run with, right? Cause I now have got this 99. I've got 99 presets here, of which you can buy 87 of them. I think it is. Don't know where the other 12 are. So yes, I've made a lot. Right. So Andy, pull your finger out. Then we've got options here, people. We've got options. So it's just a case of where was the gatehouse ones? FG gatehouse and plaster 2. Right, maybe he's not. Double exposure. I don't know, actually. Actually, maybe's. Actually, maybe's. Does he call her that to her face, though, Simon? Obviously, me being a very single bachelor needs to know these if you can get away with these things or not. Not that it would matter anyway, because nobody's after me. But yeah, that's the kind of thing. Is like, do you just call call her that to your friends, or do you call her that to her face? Just curious. Once. She must be very entertained though, Peter. Alright. Let's try to get some balance here. So if I can, I am kind of liking this, but I want a little bit of strength into it. So do I move this over here to get a little bit more strength over that side and keep some light here? Oh God. Here we go. Let's just turn it to there. Yeah, I was going to say, Simon, you'll just keep your head down. You just keep your head down. Right, exposure. That's too much. That was back to 23, wasn't it? I'm all of a sudden not sure. About this image. Some lens vignette. We bring that over here. We can darken that. Ideally, we would like a darker sky, but not. So it is very much a case of where this goes. Detail extractor. Where's this? This is just a little bit below it. So need to be a bit more careful about moving these sliders. So there, okay. I haven't done a lot of work on this new version, to be honest. So it's not. I was going to say it's not ideal. It's just sliders are a little bit strong at times. Oh no, it's exposure. I was wondering why that. I was like, where's the detail? It's the wrong slider, that's why. Let's go 15 yet. Detail extractor, let's not go that far. It's about there, I think. That's getting a bit more of a nice kind of general fuller picture. What else? Stephen, by the way, the tip game is suspended for this week, so you can say red and castle and sheep and all that other stuff if you wish. You don't need to. You can be quite liberal this week, so feel free to get them all out of your system. Right, so we've got that, and that. Yeah, let's not mess around with them. Let's leave that about there. Strength. Good evening, Aileen. How are we? Are you all right? Hope you're well. Lovely to see you. Red Castle. Yeah, get out your system, Andrew. Tonight is a freebie. Yeah, I mean the thing's still coming up, Stephen, but tonight is a freebie because you were all so generous last week. So I'm giving you all the week off. Because last week was a lot of fun. So hopefully you all enjoyed yourselves. Well, that's maybe a bit far. Right, I think that's not too bad. Go for it, Stephen. I mean, YouTube might chuck you out for spamming, like, but you know. Yes, but the moderator will spot more than one trigger. And she's a harsh lady. She doesn't miss anything. You've got to stay on our right side. Well, straight after stream, Aileen, because I had to walk the dog. However, when we go back to full screen, you may see something, an Easter egg, in the background of stream. What do you mean, coward? I mean, like, not wearing the Superman costume in public. I quite like that, you know. Quite like this image. Right, okay, so let's... I mean, there were a few other options I did quite like. If I was just making note of them very quickly, to possibly come back and do a very quick version. Can't remember what the bloody word now, though. Nothing's going to jump out at me. We might not be. 45, maybe. Bit of red. 45, 35. I'm sure there was another one of these ones I really liked. As I looked down the list. I'll come back in and look at them too. Or maybe it's one of these two. But yeah, I quite like that. I think we'll probably do a little bit of lightning in this kind of area. In Lightroom or Photoshop. So we'll apply that. We'll come out. Potentially, Aileen. Potentially. It is, Aileen. It is. I haven't been anywhere else for weeks. And I've had a couple of one-to-ones down there in the last 2 weeks. So I had some images of Bambara to play with. So I thought it had been a while. I thought it would be better do a bit of an edit of one because it had been so long. Right, so I want a curves layer just for this particular one. Curves layer. I'm forgetting that you need to actually do things to curves layers. Let's go up there and probably a bit of it. Do about there. Turn this on and off, and it probably needs a bit of desaturation. Just in the areas that I'm going to use. So this layer, I don't know if I turn on, turn off. It's mainly just in this kind of area down the bottom. So we will, what are we going to do? We're going to invert the, yeah, I'm going to, forgotten how to do all this. Layer mask, I need to invert it, don't I? Mask, that one, there we are. Invert it to that, and then we want a paintbrush, and 40 and 50, that's probably fine. Make it a bit bigger. And then just paint in these kind of areas. Just lighten these up a bit. Leaving in the darkness, obviously. Wait for Photoshop to catch up, because it's a bit slow on the painting malarkey. Thank you, Andrew. But yeah, we just need it. Is this finished rendering? No. Now it's going to do that. Can be painfully slow. Come on. There we are. So just a little bit more light in there. Just wait for it to catch up again. That done it. A little bit in there just to ease a little bit of detail out of that. A little bit more out of here. And again, a little bit more out of there. Are we there? Probably. Right, I'm going to copy this mask to the saturation layer. There we are. Just knocks the saturation back a little bit down here. So that's there. You can just see that. Just did that little bit of light yellow taken out of that foregroundy bit there. Right, so we have that. Do we want any light in here? No, let's just leave this as it is for the moment. So I'm just going to put these into a folder. I can turn the entire lot off. So we're just going to go back into Analog Effects Pro 3 and go look after these two presets and go from there. What's Steven saying now? Was my chat stopped or something? Stream crashed. Right. So we go down to 140 something, wasn't it? 145, 135. Wait for the renders to catch up. So 145 was this one. Very red one. We want second exposure. And we want to, ooh. Right, come back, make this castle red. Like, kind of so. Maybe. Potentially. Maybe. Does this need to be turned upside down because it's the right way around? Was that yes, it needs to be red, Sergio? Right. So we just need to be a little bit careful of this. You need to play with the positioning a little bit to optimize it. I was like, yes, the stream is still working. Just checking. Just checking. Is it me or am I a little bit delirious tonight? Right. Yeah, let's turn this sideways a little bit. Let's enhance the reds across the board. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes. Calm the daddy. I mean, this might end up being quite similar to the last one. But yeah, about there. I think we're probably maybe get a bit of a crop out of this one anyway. Right, okay, exposure balance. We can probably bring that back. I may be delirious. Quite possibly, Andrew. Okay, so I want that, and that. Detail extractor, yeah, it's a bit more. A bit of contrast. Maybe it's not that much. Drop the Saturation back to 0. Lens vignette, where's that? That's up there. Okay, let's move this to a position that works. Do any positions work? I don't know. Thank you, Simon. By the way, I'm not sure how American holidays work, but did you guys all have a long weekend this weekend? Was it like Labor Day or something obscure? Because we had an extra day. We had a bank holiday this weekend. It was so nice. I watched TV all day yesterday. I caught up with the end of Picard. Finally. So I watched seven episodes on the trot yesterday. Very much enjoyed it. Right, okay. I know another one next weekend as well. It wasn't a holiday, Kathleen. Okay, thank you for that. I wasn't sure if it was or not. Right, long lens vignette. I need to expand that. And play with the strength of this. I wasn't sure because did you guys have a holiday a few weeks ago then? I lose track. I lose track very quickly in who's got what on and what's not on. And so do you get a day later in the week, later in the month? No idea, Peter. No idea. It's not April anymore, Kangamo. It is May now. Yesterday was May the 1st. I was going to say, Andrew, it's been quiet up here this last weekend. It's been, yeah, that's Whit Week, isn't it, Simon? Kids are all off that week. Sorry, Jen, for calling you out there. But yes, it is May. It is May the 2nd. I'm looking over here. It's May the 2nd. And that's why I'm late with the Patreon stuff. Because I'd forgotten it was the beginning of the month as well, because it just feels like 2 minutes since the beginning of April. And one more, one at the end of May, so that'll be the same day. That was the kind of the same weekend we get another day. We've got 3 holidays this month. One of them's extra, obviously, because we're getting a king. Right, so I need to change some. I forgot you can change all this now as well. Well, you could do it before. Blue, let's add in a bit of blue, like so. That just kills a lot. That's better. Kills the yellow off a little bit. Magnificent. There was just a bit too much yellow in amongst that. Right. Yes, new Monarch installation is impending. I might even watch some of it. I think it's meant to actually be a wet weekend, so I was intending on going down and watching the cricket again. But it looks like it's going to might be wet, so I might have to be watching the telly. For historical purposes only, of course. Because I don't really care. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, that turned a little bit more purpley there because I took out some of the yellow. So I think this one's ended up being quite similar to the previous one. So we'll see what it actually does look like once we get into Photoshop. It's weird how quiet it is, Andrew. It's Right, yeah. Okay, that's working pretty well. I just think I need a little bit of curves. A bit more, a bit of contrast, not that much contrast. Dial it back, Andy. Dial it back. With it, without it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think it's all right. It'll do. It'll do. Right. Do I pick out the yellows with this filter? Yellows and just dial them back a touch. Touch 30%. Pick the bloody thing up, man. Let's just leave that alone. And stop. Yeah, just a little bit, Andy. Just a little bit. Take that off. Yeah. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Yeah, Norfolk would be nice to go to. It just takes forever to get there, I do believe. John Gibbs lives there. And he always says it takes forever to get up here. Right, so that was... You know what? I quite like the second one more. After all that, there's more red in it. That's the difference. There's more red in it. Hey, you bugger. Yeah, I think I do like that one more. Oh well. 2 for the price of 1 anyway tonight. Right, okay, I'll save this because it's going to take a while. Save. Probably will take a while anyway. Yeah, I'm sure it'll. I'm sure I met him at outside Nottingham, whatever the place outside Nottingham is that we used to do. And I'm sure he said it was like 4 hours to there. So it was, like, but it's only just there. But obviously the access roads aren't as good. We can get down to Nottingham in about 3 hours from here. Be cool to buy then, Peter. Cool. Has that saved it? Oh no, don't be daft, Andy. It's not saved it already. It's only on 37%. As always, takes a while. Yeah, I think that's the kind of thing John was hinting at. Is it's like 4 hours before you get anywhere when you come away from Norfolk. I was going to say Norwich, but Norwich is in Norfolk, isn't it? It's down south somewhere, as far as I know. %65%. We'll get there eventually. I've never been to Norfolk either. I think the closest I got was not far away from Ipswich, which is still quite away from Norfolk. But it's just in the southeast because that's where it is. The southeast. One of them ones I think for a while we did plan to go down that way. I know it's south of Norfolk, but it's in that region. It's down south in that corner. Thank you, Stephen. Yeah, sometimes darkness is good to embrace. Right, that's one saved. Let's flatten this one out and flatten. Files, save as. So we're in the right place. May the 2nd, yes. Edit number 2, save. And both of them should now be in Lightroom. Suffolk. Yes, it is. Yes, but I did visit Suffolk once. And I think that was like on the southern boundary of it. I didn't know it was in Norfolk either. But yeah, thank you, Kathleen. Right, so 3 stars for that one, and 3 stars for this one, and I think this one will actually get a couple of crops of. Actually, this one, because it's a bit softer than the other one, I think it's there's a bit of potential for further development here. Did I miss a corner off there? God damn it. Alright, okay, so we want a few more tweaks. Let's a bit of shadow out. Not a lot though. A bit of that. A bit of, yeah, leave that alone, leave that alone. Colour balance. Whoa. Calm down, Andy. Yeah. I don't leave this one as it is a little bit yellower. That's fine. So in here, I'm just a little bit worried that it's a bit muddy. But I'm unlikely to ever print this image, so it doesn't really matter. Thank you, Andrew. That's very kind of you. Will do one day, sir. One day, sir, I will get down. Just like one day I will make it to Maine. One day I will make it to San Francisco. And other places in America. If it's still there. The way things are going, it might not be. But yeah, I do intend to get around more people. Obviously up to the northeast as well. That's the Aileen. Probably quicker than Maine. Could well be, Andrew. Could well be. Are you back this weekend, Stephen? Oh, very nice. Anywhere local? As in local to me? I don't know what I've got on this weekend, I must admit. Because I haven't seen you since 4 years since I saw you. Since I've seen you. Right, okay. Yeah, I think this one's going to have to do... I could maybe get away with another mask over here. Yes, Alien, I must. Yes, North Dakota, because that looks really hospitable. Yeah, I never did actually get to have an explore on Google Street View to see what North Dakota's like. Oh yes, I've forgotten how to use masks in this bloody program. We need exposure down. Exposure down, contrast up. That's probably all. Just move that around a little bit. I think that's better. I mean, the splodge in the middle's a bit strong for a few months of the year. Yeah, maybe. Could well be. It does look very far north for America. I mean, I'm way further north than most of America anyway. But you know what I mean. Right, okay, so that's that. The tweaks to that one kind of done. Do I need any tweaks for this one? I don't think so. I think we will just go with this one. So, we want some crops, because we need a wallpaper to give away for the Patreon supporters, because I'm disorganized and didn't have anything. So I need at least a 16:9 in one of these. Is it, Peter? Is it really the best part? Right, 16:9 for the old desktop stuff. Do we need to bring it in so it's strong? We can blur things up now that we've got a bigger camera. We'll just leave it over here. We'll go for the full thing like that, like so. Maybe it's a bit of a post-crop vignetting, just ease it back a bit. Maybe something like that. Okay, that'll do. As a test, I may run the AI denoising on this. Or maybe it doesn't do it. Detail. Oh, it doesn't do it on here. Damn you. But I think they were going to add in other formats and not just raw files, weren't they? Oh well, we'll wait. We'll just see how it goes. Right, so that's that one. I did want a square crop of this. Yeah, I think I did read somewhere they are going to add in other formats as well. The Doctor Who crack. Could be. Are you a Doctor Who nut, Jen, by the way? Oh, the anti-monarchists are out. Right, so we want a square crop. Okay, fair enough. I have a friend who is a bit of a Doctor Who nut. Excuse me. Which iteration, though, Peter? That is the important. Which Doctor Who is your favourite? There's only one correct answer. No, actually. Oh, yes. Yeah. I've just got a ping there because somebody chucked some shotgun cartridges into Buckingham Palace, that's all. Right, so then so that's our square crop. We've got our wallpaper crop. So we want, certainly a wallpaper crop option for this one. Excuse me, getting tired. Right, right, Andy, pick up the pace. Create a virtual copy. Direct, no, just the BBC News notifications. And that is the correct answer, Jen. Yes. Peter Davison was my Doctor Who, because that's who was Doctor Who at the time, and obviously we are very similar in age. And David Tennant is the correct answer for the modern Doctor Who's. And I'm going to take Peter's picture off the wall now. Only joking. No, David Tennant is by far the best. That might have come down to the writing as well, though, because it all went a bit off the boil once Matt Smith took over. Right, anyways, I'm wittering on as normal. Wallpaper thing. Surely not, Aileen. Surely you're not. But what's the actor that played him, but in the modern versions? The guy that was in Harry Potter. Have you seen the? See, Tom Baker preceded me. Peter Davison was Doctor Who when I was a kid. Yeah. Stephen, how far behind in chat are you? I replied to that like an hour ago. Yeah, but the guy that plays the first Doctor in the new Doctor Who stuff that kind of looks like the original actor. He's Filch or whatever in the Harry Potter films. I can't remember what he's called. He was in Game of Thrones as well. David somebody. Anyways, he's the postman in the Lewis Capaldi music video, which everybody is going mad about at the minute because it is incredibly sad. If anybody wants a good weep, go watch the latest music video for Lewis Capaldi's song. Was it Wish You Were Here or something like that? I can't remember what it was. But yeah, if you want to weep, go watch that music video. Tip from me, and even better if you film yourself watching it. Yeah, nobody was a fan of Jodie Whittaker. I don't think Jodie Whittaker was a fan of Jodie Whittaker, to be honest, Peter. Right, anyways, I'm still editing pictures on her. So, right, wallpaper crop, obviously. Yeah, Bradley Walsh and the other fella, can't remember what he's called. Why were they selected as companions? What's the guy from Liverpool called? I can't remember. But they are comedians. They're not actors. Why were they doing that? This might work as a 5x4. Oops. Oh, come here. Oh, really, Andrew? Very curious. Okay, so yeah, I think 5x4 works for that image. Just yeah, I agree, Simon. Yeah, Russell T Davies is coming back. See, Catherine should have logged in for this stream. We are talking about Doctor Who. She could have contributed, but no. She only bloody started following last week. Right, okay, so that's this image done. Yeah, to be honest, I was only, for this particular one, I was only looking at something reasonably squarish for Instagram, but it doesn't really matter in this case because the wider version is better. So that is us done. I will just make sure I export these images because I need to do the Patreon stuff. Make sure you get your doodads. That's not the right one. That's that one. Come on, computer. Why so slow? What are you doing? Why is this computer so bad? Tuesday book. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Batch export. And I'll want to confirm it likely. Yeah, export. They are being exported. We're done. Yeah, I love. Well, to be honest, I stopped watching after. I think I watched the first couple with Matt Smith in, and it wasn't my bag. So I kind of stopped watching. I know you only used to watch David Tennant on the odd occasion. Yeah, to be honest, Andrew, I mean, Lightroom's been slow for me for ages. It's never been fast. But yeah, that is Lightroom. I think Lightroom could could be installed onto some supercomputer in the Pentagon, and it would slow it down. So. So everybody's closet Doctor Who fans there. Right. There we go, people. That's our images for today. That one and that one. Turned out nice again. Oh, that one and that one, sorry. Did I just export the wrong one? Oh, God damn it. So there you go. I quite like this area here. Of this one. Yeah, Stephen, I wondered why you were replying to something from 5 minutes previously. Not to worry. You're still kind of taking part anyway. All very funny. Right, so yes, I think I've exported the wrong one. Oh well, not to worry. I think I better just export this one. Again. Just to be sure. Just on that side, and then I can do the wallpaper. Use unique names. A box Dalek. Is it worth anything, Aileen? Right. I think that will do, everybody. Let's go back to here. I mean, I could leave chat running and you can all talk about Doctor Who for a while, but I'm going to go. Right, Aileen, if you're looking on hanging on the back of the door, just a little Easter egg from last week. You blame the host because you can't tell when you're 5 minutes behind stream. So it's my fault. I am a bit robotic though. I must admit. Yeah, well, I don't know whether you saw it, but Ozzy asked in Discord where I keep the singlet or whatever. I just said I wear it all the time, ready for action. I should do, Andrew. It was literally last second, and it was like, right, I better hang that up because that'll be pretty funny. We'll do that. So that's all. That's all that was for. Right then, guys. It's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. I've still got loads of work to do. Thank you all very, very much for joining me this evening. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave the stream a like. It supposedly helps. If you don't already own them, then you can buy the presets that we've been using today. You can today is a wonderful day to join the Patreon if you're not already on there. You will get one of these images plus another one for a wallpaper for your desktop, for your laptop, whatever. And obviously at the end of the month there'll be the monthly Zoom chat as well. There's a crack in the wall. Well, fair enough. Has got that look about it. No worries, Sergio. Thanks for coming here as usual. Lovely to see you. Thanks for taking part, everybody. Oh yeah. A coat hanger and Robert Maxwell. That's the one that chucked himself over the boat, overboard of the boat, didn't he? No worries, Aileen. Lovely to see you. Thank you all very, very much for your attendance this evening. Lovely to see you all. Thank you again for continuing to turn up to hang out with me as I stream on a Tuesday. It is lovely. I know it always just seems to be milestone at the minute. But now we are very much on the road to 10k. We are less than 600 people, subs away. So hopefully Mossad did. Well, somebody definitely did him in anyway. For good reason, I'd imagine. If he's got anything to do with Epstein. For good reasons. But yes. Good night all. Thank you all very, very much for coming along. And we will see you next week for more Tuesday night edits. But until then, keep hard. See yous.